From a very young age, probably around 5 years old, Ashley's passion was softball. It's what drove her to do what she did every day. And then at a softball game in the spring, she was warming up for the game and she collapsed. And she was, what we now know, was in full cardiac arrest.
Taryn is an average teen for the most part. There are some limitations that she has that she doesn't enjoy, but other than that, she's a normal teen. In my first ultrasound, the doctor found out that there was something going on with Taryn's heart. At that point, the panic mode situation was, I have another daughter. How is she going to get to school? Am I going to be able to be there for Taryn? She's a newborn. Am I going to be able to hold her? Am I going to have the right information? What am I going to do?
Sierra was 9 and she was playing lacrosse. She was actually at practice, and I was not at the practice field that day. I was actually in a class, and she had collapsed. So I got a phone call and said, just get here. She had collapsed on the lacrosse field, and they knew it was her heart. It's not something that a parent prepares for. Once they got her to the hospital, they got her stabilized, and that started the 2-month stay at the hospital.
I was 2 days old when they brought her to us. When they called us, they told us that they had a healthy newborn baby girl and asked if we would be interested in having her in our home, and we were very excited to do that. So the assumption was on our part, and I guess on theirs too, that she was healthy. When we were first told that she would eventually need a transplant, I don't know if I was prepared for it. 5 days after her adoption was legal, they came into our room that morning and said, we believe we have a heart for Asaya.
The changes we had to make as a family when we got home is one is trying to promote a healthier lifestyle as far as eating. We tried to focus in on other activities, art or taking pictures. We just tried to get her involved in activities that allowed her to be a kid and not feel different.
Once we learned that Ashley would be restricted from activities, and most specifically from softball and basketball, it was an adjustment for our entire family. It's been an adjustment for my younger daughter too, who still continues to play softball. And sometimes she feels guilty for being able to do the things that her sister can't do any longer.
The importance of staying up on doctor's appointments and medications is because things change as they grow. Sometimes Taryn has had to have catheterizations, which found different issues going on within her heart. With Taryn, the way that she looks, no one would ever know that there's any problem with her heart unless she tells you. And she is very informed about her condition, and she does let people know about her heart.
Her life depends on knowing what's going on with her medications, making sure she gets them on time, especially her anti-rejection medicines. They need to be given at the same time every day, in the same way every day. Other than being on medication, I don't think that you would know that she ever had a transplant.
Her activity level is very high. That might just be because I'm getting older and it feels high, but she's hard to keep up with.
She started over by learning to play golf. She's very competitive, so what she needed to do was learn to be competitive in a new and a different way. So she's embraced it, she practices every day, and she gives everything to it that she can.
Sometimes I feel like I'm too cautious when it comes to Taryn. I want to protect her in every way, but I have to remind myself that she knows about her condition. She's very knowledgeable, and she has to be able to say, no, I can't, and not mommy stepping in and saying, no, she cannot do this.
The things that have changed for us is I think it brought me and my wife closer. It helped us be a stronger family.
I'm very surprised at myself for what I have done with Taryn throughout these last 14 years. I didn't think I would have the courage to. I honestly felt like she was going through so much, I'm not going to be able to handle this myself. Taryn is a fun, energetic, talkative, normal 14-year-old. She's just awesome.
Ashley is an inspiration to me every day. I tell her all the time that she's the strongest person I know. To think that all of your dreams at 17 years old, they've been pulled away from you, to recreate new dreams and start all over at such a young age is truly an inspiration.
My advice to other parents would be just take one day at a time.
Don't be too hard on yourself. You're going to do it. You're going to be able to do it. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days.
And you'll come through the other end.